to another episode of The Relationship Theory, everyone. Here we take difficult emotions in and we talk them out like they are a regular conversation. This afternoon, Predictive Text Part 2. I told you in the last video that if we wouldn't have come up with a word for how predictive text has affected our lives and affected our experience with human interactivity, that I would come up with a word. But I realized I don't have to. Really, because a word already exists. I don't have to create a word. And that word is echolocation. But this video is going to be called Predictive Text Part 2. This video is going to be on that revelation of predictive text and what it has given us. Predictive text has given us the ability to echolocate. Let's get into it, shall we? How I know is because of a few things that I mentioned in the last video that I supposed were happening. I talked about how predictive text was ordering up certain selection of words for us to use as we build sentences. I also mentioned how kinesthesia might have been the thing, being in touch with the words that we speak. However, we're tapping on our phones, so that's not kinesthesia, because it has nothing to do with interactivity. But what it does have to do with is echolocation. I was really excited about the prospect of predictive text and what it was giving us, because I thought it was another word. I thought it was telepathy. But telepathy is not what it is, because echolocation is what it is, but telepathy is not what it is. And so what I believe adds to this experience of echolocation with predictive text is predictive analysis. I think we as human beings come away with an ability to assume what someone is going to say when we respond in complete sentences, in structured sentences, right? Because we have so many ways to build things that when we actually do transmit information, we are interacting with people who are builders in a sense, right? We are first talking with our phones on how to best send the message that we're sending, and then we're talking to other people on how to best communicate our desires to other people. And yes, building a sentence. And so that experience of building for the purpose of exchanging and understanding a connection between our desires with other people, it only builds up that bone, that muscle within us that allows us to expect the end of something. So predictive analysis is what it becomes when we're off the record of using our phones. So echolocation is where we're getting to, because telepathy would be the kind of thing that you have your heart space open for. But if your heart space isn't open, then and yet you're still connected to the universe, to your world, and to other people in your life, there are other ways to connect with others, especially when you want to. When you want to connect with other people and you cannot use telepathy, there are other ways, and it's not through just hardware and technology. It's still in your body. It's still a physiological thing to be connected to other people, even when you don't have technology and you are not open in at least the heart space for telepathy, or wherever telepathy lands on the on the chakras, which maybe is something that we get into. I don't know. But yes, echolocation has a physiological response to things. And I want you to take notice of this, because the reason why this is so easy to understand is we have a familiarity with animals, but we may not know how animals connect with us. We might assume that they use telepathy, and most certainly some animals can do that, but we have never thoroughly questioned how we understand animals and how animals understand us, especially if they're not all cats, all dogs on this planet. There are a wide variety and range of animals, birds, and insects, and all kinds of beasts in the world, and we as human beings are still able to communicate with every one of them somehow, every one of them, and some of us find an affection and a love for them that transcend the need for telepathy, or the desire for telepathy, or the desire to feel as though there were a barrier between you and the thing. It's a marvelous thing, as I mentioned in the last video, that predictive text allows for us, because predictive analysis is where it goes, which when you're not being a scientist or a biologist or any of the is in the world, and you're not analyzing, and you're not trying to break down pieces of information, you have echolocation. That's this episode of the relationship theory. Enjoy your day.
Did you know that if you go on Amazon and you write my name, you will find my books? If you didn't, go on Amazon and write my name, Isaiah Dunkley, and you will find my books, all three, top of the search. If you like my content here on YouTube at the Relationship Theory series, and not just the music and the funny things, but also the things that make you think and give you a better sense of yourself, then please, whenever you go to Amazon and you're going to purchase something, even if you don't buy something, I personally would be happy if you searched my name up, Isaiah Dunkley, in the search bar, and just reviewed the books and then went on about your merry day. That would be lovely. With all that being said, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for searching. Thank you for stopping by, and enjoy your day.